The Dakota apartment building had always been a place of grandeur and prestige, with its regal architecture and high-class residents. But there was something else that lingered within its walls, something dark and ominous. It was said that a crying lady ghost roamed the halls, her mournful sobs echoing through the night. Many of the residents had heard her cries, and some had even claimed to have seen her ghostly figure. But no one knew who she was or what had happened to her. The mystery only added to the building's allure, drawing in more and more curious visitors. John Lennon and Yoko Ono were among those who fell under the Dakota's spell. They moved into the building in 1973, eager to live in the same place where so many legends before them had resided. But their fascination soon turned to fear. One night, as John was walking down the hallway to his apartment, he had the sound of a woman weeping. He followed the sound to a nearby room, but when he opened the door, he found it empty. The crying only grew louder, and he realized it was coming from further down the hall. He followed the sound, his heart racing with every step. The hallway was dark and silent, except for the ghostly sobs that seemed to be getting closer and closer. Suddenly, he saw her, a woman in a flowing white dress, her face contorted in grief. John was frozen in terror, unable to move or speak. The woman continued to cry, her tears falling like rain. And then, just as suddenly as she had appeared, she vanished, leaving John alone in the hallway. After that night, John was never the same. He became increasingly paranoid, convinced that the crying lady ghost was following him. He refused to leave his apartment at night and kept all the lights on, hoping to ward off the ghostly presence. But the crying lady was not content to stay in the shadows. She continued to haunt John and Yoko, her sobs growing louder and more frequent. Yoko claimed that she even saw John's ghost sitting at his piano, as if he was still alive. But the crying lady ghost was not the only entity in the Dakota. There were other spirits lurking in the shadows, drawn to the building's dark history. And on a cold December night in 1980, they claimed another victim. As John stepped outside the Dakota, he was met by a hail of bullets. His lifeless body lay on the ground, a victim of senseless violence. And in the days and weeks that followed, the crying lady's sobs grew louder than ever, as if mourning the loss of yet another soul. To this day, the Dakota remains a place of mystery and intrigue, its halls filled with the whispers of ghosts. The crying lady still haunts the building, her mournful sobs echoing through the night. And those who dare to live within its walls know that they are never truly alone.